internet. Yeah, super good people. David Torres and the people at Affordable Roofing Systems are awesome, to say the least. Also, next Saturday, the 7th, Dylan and I are both going to be in Safety Harbor for the Off the Hook Expo. They're doing an expo there from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Is your
I know my
your mic's over there. You want to turn that one on?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So we are live on Facebook now. Sorry for the delay, but we'll get started very shortly, y'all.
Quitters never prosper. So we hung it out. We stayed here.
You made it happen.
We're gamers. You can move that microphone arm wherever you want it.
Okay.
And it's best if you talk into it. Even if you turn to look at Dylan, try to talk into it. If you sit back, it doesn't sound so bad in your headset, but it doesn't come across as good on air. So just, talk on the microphone, you're good. And as long as you don't cuss, you really can't screw it up. So just don't drop any cuss bombs. Fucking AC.
That's going to be tough.
We can do it.
we be fishermen. It happens. Dude, we got them fish charged up yesterday, them redfish, as I was running out of bait, keeping them by the boat, which is what we have to do, you non-inshore fishing bitch. Dude, I took the freaking gumball freaking Duke Dog, the new mirror lure, dude, and started pitching. Bitches were pushing one another out of the way to get to that top water plug, bro. It was so cool, bro. It was awesome, dude.
The redfish were pushing each other out of the way.
Oh, yeah. You never seen them? Dude, we got them chummed up one time up on Tarpon Key when I was filming with Jamie, and then went to work with the fly rod.
Yeah.
And stripping the fly and watching them push one another out of the way trying to get to that freaking fly. It was badass, bro.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. That's the one thing I like about it compared to offshore. Although the more time
I'm chummed up offshore.
100%. Oh, yeah. And I was just going to say, the more time I've spent out there, which isn't nearly as much as the two of y'all, but the times that we have got them going on the surface, or you get a kingfish that jumps out of the water, skyrockets on your bait, it's pretty epic.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorite things about inshore fishing is you see from the boil, in 2 foot of water, you see the boil out there, and then that whole fight, it's so visual.
If you can get around a wreck or something, I've caught tuna, 25, 30-pound tuna on mirror lure.
Surface poppers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's fun.
That's what it is.
Thanks, buddy.
We got about 10 minutes, so
I'll
put
you
a pot of coffee on. So.
We're going to go on the other side of the 7 a.m. break, or 7 a.m.
What's that other one next to the Sheridan? Blackthorn or something like that? Those 2 wrecks that are right out there?
Yeah.
The right time of year you get out there with the top water popper, and when the sardines are all around it and everything. I've caught tuna and all kinds of stuff.
The TI2.
Jacks.
Mm-hmm. It's fun, especially we don't get to do it a lot, especially on party boats or public trips, sitting on a spot a while, but you get anchored up on a spot 39-hour trips sometimes when the bite's really good and you get up on a big piece, a big peak or something like that. And let me turn this down so I can hear myself think. Oh, he's got it turned off. That's nice. You'll get anchored up on a good piece and the bite's really good, and you'll be able to sit there a while. And once you're at a fishing spot for 2-3 hours like that, you get that natural chum slick going. It's not like you're hanging a chum bag off. You're just bottom fishing.
Yeah, when you got 50 people on the boat dropping things over the side.
It's crazy how many fish end up on the surface and up in the water column, and you still got people fishing on the bottom catching nice snapper and grouper, but then all of a sudden you look down and there's mangroves under the boat. You've got tuna circling the boat. It's crazy, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I never got out there, but some buddies of mine were telling me when the cruise ships were all, stuck out there right outside of the parking lot.
Yeah.
Right outside the bay, that the tuna were all around the cruise ships, picking up on that back when COVID was in.
Oh, yeah. When COVID was in, the cruise ships were all hanging up.
Because they wouldn't let them into port, so they were all stuck out there in the parking area.
So all the fish were just hanging around the bottom.
Hanging all around that, just then dumping trash and everything else over the side. Food waste and everything.
Mm-hmm. There it goes. Can't turn off the volume manually. We'll just turn off the speakers. figure it out there, bud?
No, I said pee. Wasn't all that difficult.
I couldn't turn down the speakers, so I turned off the speakers.
Oh, okay.
We'll have a sign next week. Don't turn off the speakers.
And we'll go back to having Behringer and them because the Rays are done. So this would have been Mullins last week anyway.
Nice.
Yeah. So. Little technical difficulties this morning, but here we are. Way to break in the new partner.
Welcome to our professional show.
See what a great job we did. Please come spend your money with IR. Fishing with the handicap.
Fake it till we make it.
Only way to do it.
Fogel's calling in. He's going to be a little disappointed. He's going to have to hang out a little while.
Yeah.
There we go. I always look at that as like a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, 100%. Now we got two of them.
Yeah, you're like, I guess if one morning you show up here and I don't, I guess I'm okay.
I slept through 7 hours.
Yeah, exactly. It happens. I've been pretty lucky.
My wife and kids went out of town. They went up to Jacksonville. They have a family thing. Her whole family decided to have a big party today up in Jacksonville, and I couldn't make it because I had committed to this thing today. So I stayed home. So long story short, the kids weren't around last night, so no one was there. This morning I woke up and I was like, my alarm's going off. Normally I hop out of bed and turn off the alarm as quickly as possible, make sure no one. This morning I was all leisurely. I ended up sleeping through like 2 alarms. The third one woke me up. I was like, oh shit, I'm running late. So
It's funny.
yeah, it's good to keep you honest, get you out of bed.
Schedule. Stay on
I
schedule.
thought you were gonna beat me here this morning.
I tried.
I have never had a problem getting up early. I just can't stay up late.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what time I go to bed, I'm getting up around 4 or 5 in the morning.
Really?
No matter what time I go to bed.
Not me.
No. I can. People are like, well, you fish for a living. You must get up early every day, no matter what. I'm like, no.
I get up early, but I don't wake up by myself before 5. Like normally, if I don't set an alarm, I wake up at like 5. But getting up at 4. But if I go to bed late, I'll sleep in.
Yeah, I can't.
If I go to bed at 11, I'll sleep till 7.
I can sleep in no matter what. At the beach on vacation, I get up, I go have breakfast, and then I
And
go
go
take
back
a
to
nap.
sleep.
Mm-hmm. Full belly, ice cold room with that AC cooking. Go back to sleep. Because I know my friends will be drinking at noon again, so better go get some sleep.
That's why alcohol is not good for you.
Well, there's a lot of reasons alcohol's not good for you. There's no doubt. But it's hard to give it up and promote your own beer.
Do we have dead air?
Sounds like it.
Are we supposed to start, I wonder?
I don't know. He would tell us he's not even in the office.
Okay.
He's making coffee still. Here it comes. He says. So,
Solid.
not good, bro. The good news is iHeartMedia is the empire. The lead dog. We're starting in a minute. Bum-ba-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da.
Well, it can only go up from here, guys.
Yeah, we can only go one direction. God would give us a nice long, time to get to know Chris. We didn't have to just go right on the air.
Worked for me.
Yeah.
Justin Johnson, big Chris Myers fan.
Oh, yeah, that's my fishing buddy. That's my inshore buddy.
Legend
Okay.
Chris Myers. Now he's a legend. We're going to use that.
Him and Brandon are fishing a tournament today.
Which one, do you know?
Some pediatric cancer, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
pediatric cancer tournament.
Started yesterday.
And they're
It's a 2-day tournament.
They're fishing
Started
today.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Dylan Hubbard.
Good morning, Tampa Bay, 970 WFLA. Talking Fishing, going to be here until 8 o'clock.
Unfortunately, until 8 o'clock.
Only until 8 o'clock. Little technical difficulties this morning. We appreciate you joining us here. We got the Facebook page up running the live feed at Hubbard's Marina and at Real Animals. So if you want to join us there with your comments, you can. Otherwise, phone lines are open this morning. 1-800-969-9352. A lot of stuff to cover. Short time to do it, obviously. We got an hour left in the show here, so we want to rattle through some stuff. First of all, we have a guest this morning. We have a new partner here for the Bartow Ford Real Animals radio show, and we are super excited to have him on board. I just feel better about the fact that he lives right around the corner from me, and I no longer am going to have worries about my AC because my AC guy now lives right around the corner from me. We are living right. He is Chris Myers with Brandon AC, Ace Heating and Cooling. BrandonAC.net is his website, or how you get a hold of him there. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Great, doing good. Thank you, Mike.
It's great to have you, dude. Really excited. I wasn't sure. You get a guy in the AC business. You know how hard they work in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was like, "Hey, do you want to get up at like 4:30 on Saturday and join us on the radio?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm up early anyway." I was like, "Okay, there you have it." So
We can trust this guy.
yeah, we can trust him. He's a gamer. So with a big passion for offshore fishing too, huh?
Yeah.
And inshore fishing, we found out as we're sitting here.
Yeah, just about any kind of fishing, saltwater.
Inshore, offshore.
Got
a
two
skiff.
different kinds of boats.
Yeah, got a skiff, got an offshore boat.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We were getting some comments from some of your one of the comments on the Facebook page was the legend Chris Myers. So
I don't know about that.
your boys are building you up, bro.
I don't know about that.
The bar is high.
Yeah, the bar is high. The bar is high. So tell us, how long you been doing AC?
Since I was about 19.
Okay.
Started this company in 2003, so right at 20 years
Oh, good. Okay.
Wow.
on my own.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, that's
thank you.
great. Well, we're super excited to have you as a part of the show, man.
And I'm excited to be here.
That's good stuff. Anything you could? Is there an AC? Is there something you tell people about their AC automatic no matter what? Like, is there, should you be getting regular checkups on it? Is there something that the AC guy knows that not everybody knows that you would tell people on the air, like, hey, get your tune-ups? I mean, we're coming into the cooler time of year, so that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, definitely. The air conditioner doesn't have to work as hard this time of year, so definitely tune-ups twice a year. And the biggest thing is change your filter every month.
Okay.
Change your filter.
And pour bleach in your drain line.
That works too.
That one gets me. Change your filter, bleach your drain line. A monthly thing.
That is.
What's the life expectancy of an AC unit? Is there one, or does it just
10 to
depend?
12 years.
Okay. All right.
If you're above that, you're doing good.
What do
You're
you
in the
think?
black.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, 10 to 12 years. That's a long time.
That's a really long time when you're just in your 30s.
Here we go. You trying to get me back?
No.
It's
I'm
been
not.
an hour of me picking on you, so you got to wait.
Yes. It has been a morning.
Someone's feelings has been hurt.
It has been a morning. Today is the day we are out at the Off the Hook Expo here. Myself and D Hubs. We're headed for Safety Harbor Waterfront Park, Marina Park, right?
Yeah, Safety Harbor Marina Park.
Right. On my paperwork from them, it said Safety Harbor Waterfront Park, but probably the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll be out there from 10 a.m. to 5, as will
I think marinas are on the waterfront.
usually somewhere. John Momola, we're gonna need you, buddy. We're gonna have some problems with his.
Long
microphone.
story short, It's on the water somewhere in Safety Harbor.
Well, it's actually right behind the spa there, so it's close
There
to
you go.
Barfly and all that. I was looking at the aerial map. They sent some. Did you get your parking pass and aerial map and all that this week?
It's probably in my email. I don't really check that.
I guess not.
I'm a little behind.
Okay. Well,
I had some stuff going on.
I guess
I have
so.
to print out a parking pass?
Well, you don't
We're
have
gonna,
to.
we're gonna have a problem.
Parking's going to be a little difficult. No, wait, I'm Dylan Hubbard. I'm supposed to speak at 11.
Don't tow the big red truck.
I will be on the seminar stage there at 10 a.m. Hopefully you guys can come on out and see us out there. They're going to have a ton of vendors out there. They're going to have a kids zone, live music, food and drink. I know my good friend Jeff Harrell with Barfly is going to be there. So it's good stuff. I know Kevin Fenn at East Cape Boats is going to be set up there as well. So it should be pretty cool. So come on out and see us there in Safety Harbor. We're going to do that today, tonight, this afternoon. Beth and I headed for Charlotte Harbor for the 6a-8a Florida Star Tournament Banquet. So we got that going on. Had a great day of fishing yesterday, man. The bite was absolutely phenomenal. And it was one of those weird days where I told the customer the night before, I'm like, listen, I was on the water the day before breaking in the new 26 Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm running around, although the Thursday we had bluebird skies, big time.
Yeah.
It was blue, and I was like, this is painful. If you're on the water today, probably struggling a little bit because it's bluebird skies, long, creepy, outgoing tide, you know what I mean, all day. So I'm watching that moon hang. Normally when I look up and you see that moon at 1 o'clock in the afternoon still hanging, you're like, this is not good. This is going to be a tough bite. So I told my guys, had Ring Power guys on Friday, I'm like, hey, I'll take you, just so you know, because I know you guys would probably rather go fishing than be at work, but I don't think it's going to be great. Just based on what I saw yesterday, what I'm looking at, it's going to be a tough bite. I look like a moron because the first bait in the water, we caught a snook, and it never stopped from there. I mean, it just literally caught probably 25 or 30 snook before 9:30 in the morning, and then I got on a giant school of redfish after that, and
it's the first cold front of the year,
we
man.
pummeled them.
They're excited. Those fish are chewing the bottom out of the
It
boat.
was crazy, dude. It was just a crazy bite. I had two slams before 9:30.
Yeah, I bet the bite's probably going to be similar today. I mean, we don't have a strong cold front, but our first actual frontal boundary of the year is officially going to make it through the area here tonight. So those fish are excited.
It looks like Sunday gets windy again, yeah?
Yeah, but I think that's what overcomes that first quarter moon, right? And the fact that variables aren't lining up. The tide wasn't great. The moon phase wasn't great. The moon was up during the day. But the one thing is that cold front coming down, that pending low pressure gets the fish excited.
That barometer moving.
And I think it's a good example of don't get too tied up into certain variables. People ask me all the time, well, based on the moon, should I book this trip? And it's like, dude, that's one variable.
Right.
There's so many others that you got to pay attention to.
Well, and I think one of the coolest things about fishing, and if you do it enough times, even when, people ask me all the time, hey, when's the best time to go? When you can go.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime.
Okay? Right, anytime, right. So get on the water when you
Not
can
too
go.
busy to go fishing.
I've had days where I just begged them. I'm like, listen, there is nothing this is a bad plan. It's going to blow 25 out of the north. We just had a front come through. They're not going to chew. And then, hey, we're staying at the hotel. We came down to go fishing. We're from Ohio, dude. Weather sucks up there right now. We just want to get on the water. It's okay if it sucks. We understand. We'll drink a beer. We don't care. Just take us on the boat. Okay. And then you get out there and get into an absolute crazy bite. And the whole time the rod is bent, they're looking over their shoulder at you going, really, Cap? You didn't want to come? This is terrible?
Do you even know what you're doing?
Yeah, right. And that's what's crazy about fishing is days when everything is stacked. You're looking at everything you've learned, everything you think you know about fishing is telling you don't go, and yet you have a phenomenal day on the water.
And the beauty is, this is that time of year where it makes it real easy. These cold fronts, these low pressure systems are stacked up. Looking at the weather for this upcoming week, we got a cold front coming through tonight, so fishing should be really good today. And then Wednesday, potentially, we have a tropical system coming through. Have some Gulf juice. This little cold front's coming down and kind of stalling, and a piece of it's going to break off and shoot across the Gulf. Definitely looks like we're going to get some rain and some weather there Wednesday and Thursday. So Tuesday, ahead of that low pressure, again, you have a great
A
opportunity.
little breezy, though, I think. And it's supposed to be a little
No,
breezy
Tuesday's supposed to be beautiful.
Oh, that's right. Tuesday's a pretty day.
Yeah,
Monday's
Tuesday.
the tough one.
And then again, another cold front next weekend on probably Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. So falling into that every 7-day pattern right now. So you've got 3 great opportunities today, Tuesday, and Friday coming up to fish right ahead of those low pressures. And Friday, you're going to be ahead of a new moon as well.
Yeah, that's right. The new moon's Friday, right?
Stellar opportunities to get some fishing. Now, that will be not only that low pressure approaching, but then you'll have the moon phase starting to coincide with it. So
That should be good.
really good fishing opportunities. And this time of year with these cold fronts approaching, you can just time your trips around those fronts. Real easy. Get out there ahead of those low pressures and take advantage of that hot bite.
Yeah, it should be really, really good. Again, Chris Myers joins us. He is one of our new partners here on the Bartow Ford Real Animals radio show. He's with Ace Heating and Cooling, 813-657-8818. If you are in Hillsborough County and in need of a guy you can trust in the AC business, you know, that's what Dylan and I are good at. We find our boys we can trust, our fishy fellows, and make them partners. So it's good to have Chris on board for sure. So let's go to the phones. I know some of y'all have been trying to get in here. Now you're in. Let's get our safe boating tip here in real quick. We got them stacked up already, but we'll get Captain Jim Fogel in, U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary Captain Extraordinaire. Jimmy, how are you this morning?
Great, guys. Great. Sounds like a good show as usual. It's good to hear. Yeah,
Well, 14
earlier this
minutes of
week, boats from Air Station Clearwater and Coast Guard Station San Key helped and escorted a boat back in that was 45 miles offshore with 5 guys in it that was taking on water that they, couldn't bail out fast enough. So they all got back safe. But the real story here is that they had a relay on their distress call. In other words, they put out a distress call when they determined they couldn't take care of the water coming in the boat by themselves. But the Coast Guard couldn't hear them well enough. And so a good Samaritan out there that was somewhere in between the 45 miles out and inshore relayed the information and allowed the Coast Guard to find them quickly and help them get back in.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So I've harped on this before, and I'm going to keep harping on it. Keep your radio on, please. Keep it on channel 16. If you have a console-mounted radio, keep it on. If you only have a handheld, keep it on too. But, you don't need both at the same time, but one or the other. That way, you can either get a distress call out if you need it, and or if someone way out there is in trouble and can't get their signal to the Coast Guard, you can help them out.
Yeah, we've got the satellite phones as well, which are super helpful. But recently, we just got the Garmin InReach devices. Those things are so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can text, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
From 100 miles offshore. Just send
And
them text back
Bluetooth it
and
to your
forth.
phone, so you
It's-
can just control it right there.
It's so
Really?
nice.
Yep.
So now, if an emergency
Yeah, it's
happens, you
good
can
stuff.
use you use the VHF, or you can make a satellite phone call. But sometimes the satellite phone breaks up a little bit. So we were talking with the Coast Guard recently, and it was breaking up a little bit. So we just started texting them. It was real nice.
That's cool,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That's
And if you have the
Did it-
InReach
did
Mini,
the
it
text-
will actually Bluetooth to your Garmin,
Yeah.
and you can get messages right over your machine.
Yeah. Right in your console.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty silly.
That is cool.
Did it take very long to get your texts back and forth, Dylan?
No, it's like instantaneous. It's
Okay.
wild.
Okay, cool. Good. Yeah. Some of the old ones were pretty slow, but that's a good thing.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
great.
guys.
Jim Fogel, nice
Keep
job,
it
buddy.
together.
Well done.
Thank you, guys, for the Coast Guard Auxiliary in St. Pete. Jim Fogel. Be safe out there.
Thank
See
you,
you, buddy.
partner. Good stuff. That is brought to you by our good friends at Milwaukee Tool. We appreciate that. I'm in here. I feel like I'm in here. I've got these 2 offshore gurus kind of.
You're outnumbered.
I am.
I like it.
John Momola, you got to have my back in here, buddy. These guys. Let's go to Fish Hawk. This is Fish Hawk. Okay.
That's a pretty legit name.
It is. Fish Hawk. Are you there?
Can you? Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I got you. Is Fish your first name and Hawk your last name?
Please tell me it is.
'Cause that's pretty cool. Like, so you call
Yeah, I
it
was
like,
born that way. Mommy did that back in 1944, and I just kept it that way.
that's
No,
awesome.
I used to actually charter in Tampa Bay,
Nice.
but I'm a one-trick pony now. I got old, obviously, and I got a little 16-foot Mako skiff.
Okay.
And yesterday, one of the gags I caught was a 28-incher in Tampa Bay. Obviously, a little boat doesn't go anywhere. I put in a Simmons Park and fish. So as a one-trick pony, this golf council destroyed me. By the way, I got a nice big Goliath yesterday also.
Wow.
Well, not a keeper, one of my fish. Anyhow, the golf council language on the closure tells me that I'm exempt from that closure. If you look at it, it says the prohibition on possession of gags, or golf gag, also applies in Gulf state waters, and here it comes, for a vessel issued a valid federal charter vessel headboat permit for Gulf Reef fish. What the heck is that?
Long story short, the FWC just met in Jensen Beach for their commission meeting, and they're issued an executive order to close gag grouper as well. NOAA announced a federal waters closure, so everything that hit the radio waves and internet last week was a federal closure for federal waters, for the EEZ, basically beyond 9 miles. But now FWC has voted to go compliant with federal regs, so now the state and Gulf federal waters are all going to close together. So long story short, it closes for everybody. October 19th.
State waters and federal.
Yeah.
Fishhawk, I'm up against the break, brother. That's a great call and a great question. We appreciate you very much.
Unfortunately, no one's exempt. To answer your question.
Yeah, well, nobody. Go figure. It's hard to understand. We got a good friend, Capt. Mike Perry, on the other side. Dude, you're the only person on the planet who understands it. You can laugh if you want, but I'm not laughing. And I love having you here. I've been saying it for years. You're a
What don't you understand is the announcement closure.
Dude, they put it in verbiage that you. I mean, are you kidding?
It's federal law. That's it. You have to write a CFR.
Everybody knows what a CFR is, bro.
We have to go to break.
It's like you're speaking
I
in
think
another
you're supposed to go to break. I think you have to play the music louder, John.
We'll be back. Hey anglers, the best fishing charters in the Bay Area out of Hubbard's Marina on the boardwalk at Johns Pass. Hubbard's Marina has been catching fish since 1928. They offer everything from family-oriented half-day trips to the more advanced overnight trips. Nobody in the business does big group party fishing like Hubbard's Marina. They also have a great tackle store that can provide live bait and tackle to fish from their boats or from Johns Pass Bridge. So for the best cheeseburger on the Gulf, book your trip today at 727-393.
Wield their power smart. The state of Florida, when this whole gag grouper thing was coming up, Dr. C.J. Sweetman, who's the state of Florida rep on the Gulf of Mexico Fishery Management Council. Here, let's move our headphones from that thing so people can hear us. Dr. C.J. Sweetman, the rep on the Gulf Council from the state of Florida, literally said on public record that essentially it was, I won't quote him specifically, but he said, if you don't do what the state of Florida wants, we're going to do what we want anyway, and you won't have a federal water season. Gangster. Yeah, because the state of Florida had that Big Bend season that opened up in the March, right?
Right.
So you could fish in, like, I think it was March, April, and even into May in the Big Bend. So they were trying to argue for a September 1st opening, and there was some conversations, well, we want to move it into June, and if they did a June 1st opening for 2023, it would have been like a 2-week season because of the effort in June. So the state of Florida wanted it to start September 1st, so we'd have September 1st through November 10th, we'd have a longer projected season. So the state of Florida was like, basically, if you guys don't vote to move it to September 1st, we're going to keep our February, March, April, and we're going to make it longer, and we're going to eat up all the Gulf quota in these 3 counties, and you won't have a federal water season. So the state of Florida throws their weight around when they want to.
Don't you think, and I know we've had this conversation before, and I can't remember how you battle it, but it still irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why, if the fishery is in any kind of decline, that we have to have this rinky-dink little ass season. Why don't they just shut the motherfucker down?
It's so important to have a season. Even if the season's 2 days. That's why they do a 2-day season in the South Atlantic for a red snapper. You have to have fisheries dependent monitoring. If you don't have, because in order to keep the pulse of the fishery and keep your thumb on the pulse of how the fishery is doing and a health check on the fishery, you have to have fisheries independent monitoring and fisheries dependent monitoring. If you close harvest and make no season, there's no fisheries dependent monitoring. So now
But you know there's no fucking take.
All your data sets are thrown off. And you have to have take. Scientists have to have dead fish.
Okay, then tell me why they do complete closures in freaking Charlotte Harbor and Tampa Bay on snook, redfish, and trout at the same time.
Because those are small period closures and they're temporal closures.
Why couldn't you do the same thing? We couldn't do the same thing. I'm not telling you to close a bitch for 10 years, but
the reason they can do that inshore is they have stronger fisheries independent models, and it's a lot cheaper to collect that information. So they have long-term data sets, and they can go out there and trawl with those nets, and FWR does a really good job, and they have a lot of money dedicated towards it. So that's why they can get away with it. In the federal waters, if you just close the fishery and you stopped harvest, they don't have the data sets in the fisheries independent side to really support, like, oh, we closed it, we don't have any fisheries dependent monitoring, but we know the fishery's healthier, we can reopen it. That wouldn't fly. The environmentalists would sue, and the fishery would never open.
I think that's a big problem right there. You just hit the nail right in the head. Yeah. We need to assassinate.
But it's balanced, right?
We need to assassinate some environmentalists.
But it's also on the flip side, I could argue that there's good reasons for it too.
I knew you had a good explanation because we talked about that before, but I couldn't remember what it was. You used so many big words. Welcome back. 7:25 here at the iHeartMedia Empire. Again, our special guest this morning in studio, Chris Myers from Ace Heating and Cooling. BrandonAC.net. 813-657-8818 is our new AC partner here. We've got, obviously, our really good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems, and now we've got the AC guy, and we've got our window people with Reese. So we're getting you covered.
Yeah. Let's build a house.
We got
it tied up.
Titan Plumbing and Electric.
I was just about to say
we got it all here. We
need an electrician.
We're trying to make your world smooth at the house so you can go fishing more.
There you go.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure you have people that
just
can
call the guy, go fishing.
Right, you come back, your AC's working, it's all good. You never miss a beat. Mm-hmm. It's perfect. And Chris is a fishy guy. I love having David Torres from Affordable,
fishy guy.
Joe Gennaro, Titan Plumbing and Electric, fishy guy. I like having fishy people. That and it's weird because the fishermen are the people that we can trust. Isn't that weird, right? So many great people in the fishing industry. Speaking of great people, I'm going to do a little plug here for another new partner that we've brought on here, at least through football season, OCC Roadhouse Museum and Restaurant, 10575 49th Street North up in Clearwater. My good friend Keith Overton is involved. Keith and I were partnered up for many years when he was with the Trade Winds over there on St. Pete Beach, and now he is running OCC Roadhouse and absolutely killing it. Looking forward to this. We are doing a Bull Bay Rods giveaway. He's going to have Real Animals Coppertail Catch Lager in-house every time all through the week. So if you go there anytime for lunch, anytime for dinner, whatever, if you have yourself a Real Animals Coppertail Lime Lager, you get a raffle ticket, and you're going to win starting not this Sunday, not tomorrow, but the following Sunday. You'll be able to win a Bull Bay rod. 4 o'clock Sundays, they're going to do it. They're going to have the full lineup of football games on, the whole 9 yards. They got the YouTube package and all that, so your team will be up there. 4 o'clock on Sundays, you go by OCC Roadhouse. You're there at 4 o'clock. They're going to draw for a win. So if you stop by there, let's just say it's on your way home from work. You stop by every night on your way home from work. You have one catch lager. By the end of the week, there you got 6 or 7 tickets. You got 6 or 7 chances to win the Bull Bear Rod.
Solid.
That is pretty solid.
You get rewarded for drinking beer. For America.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
You get fishing tackle for drinking beer. That's even better.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. And looking at all the killer events they have over there, they do a bike night. Obviously, Thursday night they do their museum is a bunch of motorcycle.
legit.
Yeah, really legit. Super cool stuff. OCCRoadhouse.com/events. Monday night they do a big cornhole tournament that I hear is off the chain.
They've got a really cool truck night. Our friends over at TTP.
Okay.
Those are the guys that did all the work on my truck.
Yeah.
Go there for truck night.
Okay.
It's pretty legit.
Well, it was really cool because when I reached out to my Coppertail people, it turned out the sales manager at Coppertail was like, I know where it is. I'm a fan. We go there all the time. I'll take care of this. Next thing you know, Real Animals Coppertail Catch is in the OCC Roadhouse, rocking and rolling. So, so new partner there at OCC Roadhouse. Make sure you get by there and check them out again. We have a full slate of games on Sundays. They got the ticket, so you'll be good to go there. Stop by all during the week, starting next week. Get yourself a Coppertail Catch lager, and you are off and running as a chance to win that Bobet rod. So super cool stuff. Love having new partners like Chris Myers here and Keith Overton on the Bartow Ford Real Animals Fishing Show.
Let's do it.
Paying the bills, keeping the lights on around here.
Yes, sir.
That's what we need. It's good stuff. So.
And
all
fishing
good.
is hot.
And fishing is red hot. I had a day yesterday. Pictures are up on the Real Animals Facebook page. Absolutely crushed them with my Ring Power and KC Coastal guys. The redfish bite is phenomenal. When we get on a big school of redfish right now, it is game on. Everything from 34 to 28 inches, one after another. We probably had 10 triples yesterday. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Crazy. Then we got to talk about the new Duke Dog top water plug from our good friends at Mirror. That was fun as well. Throwing that top water plug in there after you got them all fired up.
Nothing better.
Super, super good stuff. It is a fishy time of the year. Offshore, inshore, nearshore, all of it's going off. We're talking fishing on the other side. We got Captain Mike Perry from Big Pine Key. We'll talk to him, and hopefully we'll hear from you as well. 1-800-969-9352. Light him up. We'll be back.
Local Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk.
Sick, bro. Did you see
sick,
that, bro?
man.
7:30
So
on the dot,
sick.
boss. I got out 7:30 on the dot, dude. Cooking with grease up in this bitch. John's like, yeah, bitch, you've been doing this since freaking, you know, you drove up to the station on horseback. You ought to be able to do that shit. Yeah.
Uphill in the snow, both ways.
I was talking to Sectig at the Bill Giesking retirement party, and I was like, I think I'm the old guy in the building now.
You got Chris Mathis, he's like 14.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dylan said, well, you got Chris Mathis. He's like 14. Trying to grow, do you hear him? Trying to... That's hysterical, bro. That's so funny. Oh, my God. When I was young like that and had trouble growing one, my dad said he was going to get a cat and some milk, put some milk on my chin, and let the cat lick it off.
That's funny.
So funny, bro.
Chris is a good dude.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, man. So, sometime this week, maybe just text me over some bullet points.
Sure.
Whatever you think's important. You know, how long you've been doing it. You know, whatever.
Yeah, I think
know?
I've got some stuff wrote down already for
If you
some
get
other
to it,
things.
yeah, and if you get, and again, it doesn't, I don't necessarily know that we'll use them all the time, but at least then him and I'll have an idea of what you feel is important for us to put out there. And then maybe as we get into the new year sometime, if you decide you want to do some kind of Real Animals listener special, we can kind of get a feel for how it's working.
Okay.
You know, throw a special out there, you know, I don't know, 10% off a service or whatever
Different
you think.
seasons too. Or
Yeah,
different needs.
so we can change it up and kind of keep it fresh. And then, you know, from time to time, you're up anyway. You live by me. If I'm coming home, you can just jump in the truck, come do some radio with us, talk a little fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, like I said, I think the more you interact, the better it is. Even if you go fishing during the week or something, or the weekend before, like say you fish on Saturday, the following Saturday you're not on the water, you call in and we just talk about what you caught. I think the more they hear your voice, the better off you are.
Gotcha.
Scott Patrick from Shoot Straight, when Scott and Laura own Shoot Straight, they're up by the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Scott was like pissed. He's like, bro, it's Saturday. I'm freaking asshole to elbows in this place, and I got like 10 people waiting to talk to me. I got managers everywhere, but they want to talk to the guy they heard on the radio. This is driving me nuts. Well, we want to talk to Scott, Billy, and them guys. Mike, they talk to Scott. We don't want to talk to Scott. Well, I'm a manager too. No, we want to talk to Scott. So I just think it's helpful. You know, they hear your voice, get to know that person.
For sure.
The man behind the curtain.
Well, again, just I want it to be, you know, it means a lot to me that you would come on. So we want to make sure it works. And if we get to a point where you're like, hey, this shit just isn't working, then you just tell us and we'll make it go away. I don't think it will get there. I mean, we're selling roofs. You know what I mean? So if we can sell roofs, because when the roofing guy came out, I'm like, bro, we're talking $15,000-$20,000 freaking deals here. I don't know. Okay, I mean, we'll go to work on it.
I thought my roof was going to be a lot more expensive.
How much was it?
It was 13 in total.
How many square feet?
My house is 1,800.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty good price.
Mm-hmm.
David Torres is a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Brings his daughters out with me just about at least once a year.
And it was 13 because I had some rotten wood that needed to be replaced. It was like 12. The quote was like 10. And then there was a warranty thing that made it go up to 12. But yeah, it wasn't bad.
Once they start tearing off, they find the rotten decking. And
I knew I had a rotten portion. That's why I moved forward with doing the roof earlier than I anticipated. But there was a lot of rot. Went all the way up the valley. I'm glad I did it when I did it.
Valleys are tough too.
Because it was definitely going to start leaking.
Valleys are always tough.
Luckily, I got it before it started getting into the attic and causing mold and stuff.
I had just got my roof done when David reached out. Otherwise, I would have had them do mine too, but I just got it done.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Wayne's roofing, Wayne Gonzalez, who's a Brandon legend. Do you know Wayne? Yeah. Well, I've known Wayne for, I don't know him, I've heard of him. I'm a state licensed specialty contractor. So with the roofer, we did so much work with Wayne. Like all we had to do is, you know, we would go do a job. I'd be up there rescreening a roof and be like, dude, your roof's shot. Oh man, I don't even know who to call. Call Wayne. Wayne would send us, you know, hey, his guys tearing off shingles and tearing up screens or find jacked up shit. He'd be like, hey, call Mike and Riley. So I've known Wayne for years, but Wayne could never get my roof insured. Like the insurance claim through because we had a hailstorm that came through the neighborhood, you know, and all of a sudden my neighbors were all getting freaking free roofs or fairly free, deductibles. So I'm like, what the fuck? Wayne couldn't get it done. And then this other guy got it done. I'm like, well, you're a winner. So,
yeah. You get your money out of your insurance company. That's all.
Well, again, I'm not big on chasing that shit. Like I had people come to my neighborhood going, hey, you know, a hailstorm came through here, bro, and fucking, you know, you should put in a claim. I'm like, get out of my fucking neighborhood. I was in my boat. I remember looking down. I go, get the fuck out of my neighborhood, cocksucker. Because of you, I'm having to fucking pay all these expensive premiums, you prick. You're in here begging for fucking work. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They're going to try to get
then I got to the point where we've been in our house for 23 years. I'm like, I need a roof. Yeah. And then the guy that came out, he's like, bro, you know.
Now I'll talk to you.
Well, I mean, it's a different deal. But I didn't, you know, I could have done it 6 years earlier when it didn't really need it.
Yeah.
You know, which would have been a scam. Now I need a new roof. If you can figure out how to get it out of my insurance company, go ahead.
Aderson and Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back, 737 here, the iHeart Media Empire, the Bartow Ford Real Animals radio show where we were Tuesday night. Dylan had him, Dylan had him rocking and rolling. It was a really good.
The Silver Ring Cafe food was.
Our good friend.
Seminar was okay. Food was great.
Actually, the seminar was fantastic too. So we had a good crowd. Derek Boswell gets all his kids out there at that event. That's very cool. It's just a super environment. So big shout out to our friends at Bartow Ford. Not sure when the next one's going to be yet. I try to do them every other month, but December at the dealership gets a little crazy. I'll get with Mike Biedenbow this week and we'll see what he wants to do either December or January. We'll let you know the new date. Joining us in studio, our new partner at Ace Heating and Cooling, Chris Myers, is in studio. If you've got a question here over the next 20 minutes or so about your AC unit, we got the guru in the house. He's also a fishy cat, so I'm getting bombarded with all this, I'm a wimpy inshore fisherman stuff going on.
No one said that. No one said that.
You were insinuating.
You're making yourself feel that way.
Insinuating
I feel like you're just trying to overcompensate.
I don't
for
ever make myself feel wimpy. I promise you. It's
Apparently
never
you do.
No, apparently
I
not.
don't think Chris said wimpy.
No.
I don't think I said wimpy. I feel
You
like you're putting words in our mouth.
You were insinuating that I was something wrong.
I would never insinuate that.
Our listeners
know me better than that, guys.
Our listeners know better than that. John Momola just blew coffee out his nose when you said that because he knows that you would be like that too.
No.
Yeah. Dylan's getting all in shape now and all that. He's getting cocky over there.
So now you're putting words in my mouth too. All right, that's how it is.
Let's go to the phones here. Phone lines are open. 1-800-969-9352. That's why we need like 2 hours of show, just so we can beat on one another a little less.
Trying to fit it all in.
Right, exactly. Let's slide over here, check in with the beautiful Florida Keys. Big Pine Key, Captain Michael Perry. What's up, my brother?
Hey, guys. Good morning, Chris. Welcome to the Real Animals Adopted family. And you actually already qualified to fish in the Keys because you own multiple boats.
Yes, sir.
You must own multiple boats to fish in the Florida Keys.
Yeah, no doubt. He's got two perfect ones, too.
Yeah.
He's got the offshore boat and the skiff, so he's set up for the Keys, no doubt.
That is exactly what, I borrow my neighbor's skiff. I don't technically own them, but he's like, you want to go fishing? Yeah, I'll go. So we go inshore and on his boat. So,
Nice.
But the fishing in the Keys has been great. We've had a little push of actual yellowfin tuna offshore
Wow.
this week. Had to make sure my migratory species license for the Atlantic was still good, and it is. And we've actually, nothing huge, not those big ones they get up in the northern Gulf, but 40, 50 pounds is plenty of fish for the grill or sushi or whatever you want.
For sure.
I'm about
And
that.
we got them crossing. They come, that phenomena I was talking about, they cross through the cuts and everything. Some people have actually, there have been two caught from the 7 Mile Bridge fishing pier right next to the driving bridge, and it's crazy, but it happens, and the fishing has been really good in the Keys.
How do you get?
The yellowtail.
Let me ask you a question. Maybe Dylan, you might already know this. How do you get a 40-pound fish up to the bridge?
Oh yeah, those Skyway
There's
boys.
one
do.
simple thing: you must have either a good old lead treble hook on a good solid rope, or what everybody else uses is the bridge nets.
Okay.
Which is mandatory equipment when you're fishing from the bridges, especially in the Florida Keys, because you never know when that big permit, that big cobia or grouper, snappers. I mean, it's crazy. The bridge fishing in the Keys is just absolutely.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Great.
Yeah. I like
better
to
have a lot of line on your reel too if you're reeling in a 40-pound tuna from land.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Exactly.
Think about that.
Those bridge guys, I mean, they got their carts. It looks like, minus the boat, every bit of gear, the big reels, Penn Internationals, all the new Daiwa stuff. I mean, these guys are up to date. I love to just take a walk or take the golf cart and ride out there and just see the stuff that they use. It's phenomenal. They know, and they have certain spots for certain fish. It's unbelievable. So just want to give you guys a call.
Good stuff,
It's
Michael.
a beautiful day in the Florida Keys. We're headed out.
You're the man. Go catch him up, brother. We appreciate
Good
you.
luck.
All right. God bless the tight lines, guys. And Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Good stuff. You know what's cool about that, and I've said this for years, there's so much technical stuff that goes into, really, really becoming a great fisherman, whether it's inshore, offshore, I don't care what it is. There might not be a more technical bunch and more talented bunch than those guys that do it strictly from a bridge.
Oh yeah.
Seriously. That's sick.
And that's what I mentioned, like the guys from the Skyway Misfits, some of the cool inventive things they come up with.
Nick's bunch.
Yeah, Nick's bunch, and then the other group. There's multiple groups out there, but just there's so many people that know what they're doing to the nth degree. I was seeing Jay-Way had this one video he posted about how they get hooks out of the mouths of like big sharks and big Goliaths, and they send a basically a weight down the line, and it knocks the hook out of the mouth of the fish. It was really, really interesting.
Really?
Yeah, they have a lot of cool different bridge gaffs, bridge nets, hanging down off the side to vent one of those big Goliaths. It's crazy.
There's a couple guides down in the Keys that don't even guide from boats, where they just show up to the bridge, tell you where to come, and they have all your gear, everything there, and they'll take you out fishing on the pier.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Shore-based guides.
Yep.
And they have them up in the Panhandle,
Wonder what
too.
kind of guide license you need for that.
None.
None?
No.
You're not taking them out.
Yeah, kayak guides. If they're not in a boat with you, you're not operating the vessel. You don't actually need a license.
Okay.
But everybody else needs a license, so then everybody has to get a license.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, speaking of special cats who call the show from time to time, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm surprised you're even in town. Like, you were in town last week, so how is it you're in town 2 weeks in a row, Mike Mesra? You're never in town 2 weeks. You're never in town 2 weeks in a row.
Don't even start with me, but it was a pleasure to see Beth last week. I'm not so sure because you're all busting my chops. But yeah.
It's a pleasure seeing Beth.
You would be disappointed if I didn't bust your chops, my friend. How's
I know. I'm expecting it.
How's everything at Tampa Bay Sporting Clays today? You must have an event today, huh?
We're doing great. We're doing great, Chris. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, sir.
Anyway, yeah. Looking forward to spending time with you guys. Yeah, everything's great. The club's great. We had Boy Scout shoot yesterday and another little private shoot. We've got Voices of Children this morning. And we had our NCA shoot last Wednesday, which was awesome. Just a great competition shoot. But, the weather's turning. Courses are great, changing stuff up a lot. And just really ready for this little cold snap that we're about to see. And, just to start to see all my buddies again. I can
second your emotion on the courses are great. Ben and I were talking about it after Beth and I got to roll around out there and shoot her new 28 a little bit. The courses look phenomenal, dude. It's amazing. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you change it up and keep it that fresh all the time. It seems like every time I'm out there, which I'm not out there every week like some guys are, but
like Ben is.
Like Ben is, yeah. But it's unbelievable. Right. It really is. I mean, it seems like there's more courses, and the courses that are there are changed up and fresh all the time. I don't know. You must have again, you're gone every other week, so you must have some great people working for you.
I have wonderful people that work for me. My staff's great. But we do have to keep it fresh. I mean, it's just like golf where people are changing, which I don't really see the whole golf thing where they just change the pin 10 feet, and everybody freaks out. But, I'm not a golfer. But the same kind of deal. We change stuff around, change the trampoline around, and change the duck boat around, and just kind of move them around. That's kind of my job. I sit up and I think about things we mess with everybody with, and that's what we do. So it's great. But, your time last week was perfect because as soon as Ben left, you showed up. So that worked out perfect for you.
It did. It worked out great.
It's almost like you timed it.
Yeah, we did. Well, it's just the way it worked, the way our morning rolled out. Ben's off on Saturdays, so he gets to come early. So it's all good stuff.
Yeah. All good. Thank you guys for everything you do. We've got a lot of stuff going on. For the listeners, we're open to the general public. We've got great stuff coming up. The sheriff shoots next week, Sheriff Chad. He's 450-plus shooters.
Wow.
It's on next Friday. Yeah, largest shoot of the year by far. It'll just rock it. Guys have got it down to a science. I mean, we just show up, and they just kind of do everything, so it's wonderful. Of course, we got the Children's Home next year with you and
in March
and everybody, so we'll be gearing up for that. So all good, but thank you for all you do. I love listening to your show and keep up all the great work, and we love you guys.
Tell the sheriff he better grow that thing, because we're working on growing this the Norman Schwarzkopf shoot, the Children's Home shoot. We're going to work on growing that thing and come after that title of the biggest. We want to be the biggest again. So
yeah, he's got it rolling, but I think you guys have got some picks too, so it'll work.
We're coming after Chad.
All right, guys.
Okay.
I know. Thank you.
See you, buddy.
Talk to you
TBS.
guys soon. Thanks for the help.
You bet, Michael.
Say, man.
TBSC.com, Tent Bay Sporting Clays, phenomenal place. Again, was out there with my bride last weekend. Really enjoyed it. It was good stuff. Don't forget, again, OCC Roadhouse, one of our new partners as well. OCC Roadhouse Museum and Restaurant, 10575 49th Street North there in Clearwater. OCCRoadhouse.com/events. They've got great events all week long. Some really cool stuff. Monday night cornhole, Thursday night bike night. Great venue. And now you can slide by there, get yourself a Real Animals Coppertail Catch Lager, get you a raffle ticket, show up on Sundays for your favorite football game at 4 o'clock. They'll be doing drawings, not this Sunday, but we're going to start the following Sunday. So starting next week, slide by there and get yourself a Coppertail Catch Lager and a raffle ticket to win a Bull Bay rod. So good stuff coming down the pipe. Yeah.
And come join us today at Safety Harbor Marina Park. 10 a.m. for Mike, 11 a.m. for myself. Going to be a great time. Lots of food vendors. A lot of good stuff.
Kid stuff, live music, food. It's just going to be a big old bash. Off the Hook Expo will be there here after we're done with the show. Come on out and see us. We got one more short segment wrapping things up here. We'll be back 9/7
Just announced at Wesley Chapel Lexus. Get 0% financing on the new 2023 Lexus GX460.
Sorry you got up for 1 hour, but
Oh no, it's all good.
hey,
He was up anyway.
The good
I
news
was.
is the good.
I really was. I woke up and turned my alarm off before it even went off.
The good news is we got people already knowing your name.
Yep. That Tampa Bay Sporting Clays, though, that's pretty awesome. Who would have ever thought to throw clays off a trampoline? I mean,
It's
it
crazy
really
what they do.
changes it up.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Rabbits.
Clays
off a trampoline.
Yeah, they throw the clay into the trampoline and it bounces off, and then you got to shoot it.
You shoot it as it comes off the trampoline.
Huh.
Like deflects it.
Like almost like a dove shoot or something where the dog jumps it. You know?
Yeah.
So you hear it pull and then it hits the trampoline and kind of skyrockets. It's pretty cool.
I don't think it was. They had that last time I was there.
Beth shot the lights out with her 28. She shot her 28 great.
She shot better than you again.
I don't think so. But
I'll have to call her and verify that.
You have trouble finding shells for that thing?
I bought a case at Tampa Bay Sporting Clays just in case it gets lean. I'll already have a case on hand. According to Mez, the 28s ain't bad.
Really?
Yeah. So
I got my wife at 20.
Beth had a 20, a Beretta A400 I bought her. And then we were out there fiddle farting around, and Ben Marshall and his buddy Mitch were out there playing with their 410s.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, shoot this. Well, Beth hit, worst case scenario, she hit the bitch with a 410 with no kick. So she's like, I love that. Well, then we got talking to Mez, and Mez is like, get her a 28. 410's too small. It's just
410s are really expensive too. The
well,
rounds,
expensive.
Rounds for that.
The shells are really hard to find for the 410.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, you know what? She shot Mez's silver pigeon and loved it. So I just went to Mez and said, just find me one when you find it. They're hard to find, but in a 28. But he finally, 5 months later, called me and said, hey, I got a brand new silver pigeon. It's yours if you want it. I'm like, I'll take it. So I bought her,
Yeah, I love Beretta.
I bought her gun. So yeah, it's really good. I shoot a Browning Maxus 12, but that's why I treated the wife first, because I'm up next.
Smart.
Yes.
It's like you've done this before.
27 years of marriage, November 2nd. So I'm smart
Married at
enough.
night, not last night.
That's right. Smart enough to know. Take care of mamas, and when mine shows up at the house, you won't be surprised. Can't be the only one with an over and under, babe. It looks bad on me. So.
That's crazy. Tuna off a bridge in the Keys.
That's great, isn't it?
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty sick.
Wicked cool, bro.
If you walk home
What?
from a bridge with a
tuna?
yellowfin tuna in your cart,
You better be changing your profile picture.
Retire from fishing.
She might be a badass. Mic drop. Wrap it. Ooh, let's do that. Send the mic down first. Wrapping things up here.
Amateur hour.
Yeah, always.
Not our best show.
Never. Again, big shout out here to Ace Heating and Cooling. Chris Myers, our new friend here. If you need AC work, BrandonAC.net, or give him a call, 813-657-8818. Great having you in this morning. Great conversation.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Well, he gets up real early, lives right by me, so we're going to end up dragging him in here from time to time, so you don't just have to listen to our two terrible voices. We'll bring in a fresh voice every now and then. So
there you go.
Yeah, freshen it up.
Keep it fresh.
Guys, freshen it up. John Momola coming off that big Bears win, dude. Oof, yeah, big Bears win. I knew that's all I kept thinking about. Every time I was watching the score, I'm like, John Momola is losing his mind right now. He's so happy.
And every time I was watching the game and seeing DJ Moore's score, I was thinking, man, Captain Mike's fantasy team's going to be rolling this week.
I put DJ Moore on both teams this week. I had taken him out, and then I had to put him back in. I thought he has got to get off here sooner or later. And boy, did 3-touchdown night. That didn't hurt.
Yeah, well, we get one win every year. We're about on a good pace right now.
Dude, think about this. I was listening to 95.3 WDAE and AM 620 on my way in this morning, and they were talking about if the Bears are in the hunt for the number one pick, they already have Carolina's number one pick, so they could have the number one and number two pick in the draft next year.
If you're in the hunt for the number one pick, does that mean you're in the hunt to be last place in the league?
But you think about the draft picks. You will. I mean, if you got to find a silver lining here. I mean, you'll have the
I'm
number
glad
one
you can
and number
find
two
a silver lining in some things.
I'm trying to make John Momola happy. We work for this guy, okay?
We're building a dynasty.
That's right. It's the process, the new process.
Okay.
Trust the process.
I see right through this.
Trust the process in Chicago. So great Sunday for me. We get to hang out and chill out and just watch whatever we want on TV. We got no Bucks because the Bucks are on the bye. Packers play Monday night. So it's all good, dude.
Oh, nice and relaxing.
Yes. Well, I got to come back from Charlotte Harbor because we're headed to Charlotte Harbor tonight for the CCA Florida Star Banquet.
It'll be a good one.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Good stuff. What are you doing, Chris? What's your weekend entail?
Going on the boat today. Probably going to go hit the Columbia for lunch, head downtown. Love that place.
You had to bring in the Columbia, bro?
I know.
Man.
Now you got to turn his mic off.
Get a picture of
John Momola.
mojitos for us.
I should have warned him. There's no bringing up crazy, awesome restaurants at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
Tableside guac. Cuban sandwiches.
You know what's good? The good news is I'm going to be out near Barfly. Safety Harbor. So I'll take your Columbia and I'll raid you a Barfly.
There you go.
There it is.
Some ceviche.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I might have to.
Have you been to
over.
Barfly yet?
No.
Oh, dude.
I was thinking about it today. I was like, my seminar gets done at 1. I'm going to be hungry.
Dude, how about this? We could go to Barfly for lunch and OCC Roadhouse for dinner.
Whoa.
Right. And get a catch lager at both places.
Solid.
Yes. Things are looking up.
Yeah.
Beers, food, talk some fishing.
Life is good.
It's pretty solid. And it's cool in here because we got the AC guy.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Beautiful. Got it figured out.
Yeah, life is good.
And fishing is good too. I mean, the bite is hot. You got to take advantage of the gags while you can. Get out there and
October
take advantage
19th?
of it. October 19th at 12:01 a.m. So October 18th is the last day to get them. And real good opportunities coming up. Best days, in my opinion, would be today, Tuesday, and Friday. Get out there ahead of those little low-pressure systems. We got one midweek, one coming up, of course, tonight, and then again next Saturday night as well. Some cold fronts. It's cold front season. So
I'm
cold
happy
fronts
about
get
that.
rolling.
It's almost time to go sit in a tree. So
Check your heater.
Check your heater. Yeah, right.
Solid advice.
Solid advice.
Check your heater before you need it.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. See, our AC guy's paying dividends for you guys already. And don't forget, if you need a shingle, metal tile, or a flat roof, check out our good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. You can give them a call today at 1-888-397-ROOF for your free estimate, or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. Do you hunt?
Yeah.
As well?
Going to South Dakota in 2 weeks.
Turn his mic off. Brought up the Columbia. Now he's hunting in South Dakota.
You're the one who asked.
I am.
You walked right
turn
into
my
that
mic
one.
off. How about that? I just turned my mic off. Stop asking stupid questions. God's sake.
South Dakota to hunt what? Elk?
Pheasant.
Ooh.
I love bird hunting.
Oh, you're a bird guy.
Yep.
Pheasants. I
No
used
wonder
to
he
shoot, I
knows
shot
about
pheasants
Tampa
as
Bay
a kid in
Sporting Clays.
Wisconsin. South Dakota pheasant hunting.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that like a guided trip?
Yeah, we go stay at a lodge.
What?
Yep.
Every year?
For the past few years, yeah.
Really? Is there more room?
Yeah.
We got to talk.
All right.
A pheasant hunt in South Dakota?
17th through the 20th.
Oh, October.
Mike's like
I'm
trying to
figure
fit this into his calendar.
And it's
right?
looking like it's going to be cold.
There's smoke coming out of his ears.
Epic, bro. That's epic. And you shoot your 20 gauge up there?
No, I use a 12.
12 for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes more sense. Nice. Wow. I love our AC guy, bro.
Yeah.
This is going to be so much fun.
Pheasant hunting.
This is awesome.
Sounds like fun
Oh,
to me.
pheasants are fun. That's a beautiful bird.
Beautiful bird,
Beautiful bird.
and they fly fast.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Ooh, that makes
I
it fun.
shot my first one with my grandfather.
So what do you walk in, or a dog jumps them for you?
Walk with the dogs. You usually have a block of land picked out. You got the walkers that walk with the dogs through the middle of the field, and you got blockers down on the end.
Dude, it's amazing. I'll tell you what, one of the coolest things, even if you're not a hunter, I mean, I get it. Some people like it, some people don't. I get it. One of the coolest things, though, is to watch one of those dogs work a field.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're on a dove hunt or you're on a pheasant hunt or even a duck hunt.
Quail.
Oh, quail. It's unbelievable to watch the dogs work. It really is. Those dogs are magnificent animals. Brilliant. Awesome at what they do. So,
well trained.
This Chris Myers Ace Heating and Cooling thing is really working out. Really, bonuses
Fishing,
everywhere.
hunting,
Yeah,
we got it all.
We get to fish together, hunt together, and the house stays cool. How good is this? The things I do for my wife. I mean, just endless work effort I put in.
I love how you twisted that.
To keep her world cool. I'll get a text here.
Poor
Exactly. John Mamola, we appreciate you as always, my friend. Big love to the boss man for sure. Hope everybody has a great week. Again, we're coming up on a new moon. Things are looking good. Big schools of redfish everywhere on the inshore. Offshore bites happening as well. So things are good.
Get out there and get them. Definitely hogfish heating up. We got mackerel here. Kingfish are around the corner. A lot of stuff getting ready to pop off.
And if you're too busy,
to go fishing, you're just too darn busy.
Tight lines, everybody. We're out.
The preceding program was paid for by Real Animals Fishing.
Broadcasting live from the Farrah and Farrah Accident Attorney Studios. WFLA Tampa, WXTV HD2 Clearwater. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Right mic on. That was funny. I didn't turn my mic on that time. Learned from Mike. So
Learning
thank you
from
for
Mike.
tuning in and joining us. Sorry we were a little late this morning, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. And hopefully we'll see you again next week, every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing.
Safety Harbor.
You're just too busy.
Don't forget Safety Harbor. Come see us
10
at
a.m.
Safety
for
Harbor.
that guy, 11 a.m. for myself. There's going to be another speaker at 12 and at 1. There's a bunch of different seminar speakers today. And definitely check out Ace Heating and Cooling. And it was brandonac.net, right?
That's the website.
That's it. So check it out. And have a good day, guys. Happy Saturday.
Now I have those notes in here for next week, too. And then